Welcome back to the channel. Today, I went down to my job. Uh, I got released to go back to work. My doctor released me for the 14th. So January 14th, I'm actually able to go back to work. But so I had to take the paperwork to my work to the release forms, and I get there, I talk to my partner Mark, and give him the paperwork. So he turns it in, scans it over to HR. So they're like, okay, well, to let me know if there's anything else they need. So what happened was after that, I went to say hello to a couple of the guys right there that were in the office that I know. I haven't been there in a year, you know what I mean? So actually, December 29th was a year that I've been over there at work. So say what's up to a couple of guys there, and then I tell my partner, hey, is Mike here? Now Mike, he's my boss. He's the main boss right there. And I owe a lot to that dude, Mike, because when I got diagnosed with the cancer, I was only at the company for 8 months, and you have to be there at least a year to be able to go under FMLA, Family Medical Leave. But I'd only been there for 8 months, so they weren't gonna let me go on FMLA, and which means they could have fired me, So, um, but the thing was that Mike, my boss, his wife had been battling cancer for some years, and so my partner, which is my friend Mark, he's my supervisor. He had told Mike what's going on. This is when I first got diagnosed. He told Mike what's going on, and Mike was like, "Nah, don't tell him. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure he gets put. I'm gonna send a request that he gets put on FMLA, that he doesn't have to worry about losing his job. Because again, his wife is going through it too, and he's understanding toward it. So he sent paperwork over to our HR and our corporate office, and let them know, like, put me on the FMLA. So that's why I was able to keep my job under the FMLA. And so now here I am a year later, getting to go back to work. So I told my partner Marcus, "Hey, is Mike here?" He's like, "Yeah, he's in his office. Go ahead and go back there." So I went back there, and so I get to his door. He stands up. He's like, "Oh shit, man! Hey, how you doing?" And I said, I'm okay. I'm all right, And I said, I just came here to turn in my paperwork because I've been released to come back to work. And he says, well, shit, that's good, man. He goes, what's going on with you? And I told him, I said, I'm still fighting the cancer, you know what I mean? I'm not cancer free, I still have it, you know what I mean? But I have no side effects, I said, so I feel good, man. I'm ready to come back to work. I said, so I brought my paperwork for my doctor to be released to come back to work on the 14th. He's like, okay. He goes, well, what's gonna happen is on the 15th, you'll have to go do a physical, like a new hire, just to make sure you're good to work. Just like you would if you're a new hire, you go do a physical, and then after that, you're good to go. So I said, all right. And the thing was that Mike's wife ended up dying from her cancer about, I don't know, 4 months ago. You know what I mean? So I gave him my condolences for his wife, and he's like, yeah, it was just time for her. She had to go. She was going through it. It was rough. So I said, yeah, I understand. And he goes, but you're still here, so that's good. And so I said, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still fighting. But I'm ready to come back to work. And he's like, all right, no problem. As soon as this shit clears up, you can come back to work. Hopefully on the 16th. So all right, cool. So I said my goodbyes to him. Went back, talked to my partner real quick, and then as I'm walking out, one of the drivers that I was talking to in the office comes out, and he says, "Hey man," I go, he goes, "I just want to let you know that there's a bunch of us here that are part of a Christian fellowship, and we have like a prayer thing that we do. I think they do like once a week or some shit, kind of like a Bible study or something, And he's like, I want you to know, man, that this whole time we've been praying for you, man. the whole time. He goes, I'm glad to see that you're back over here again. And so that's one thing, like, some people think I have something against Christianity, which I don't. You know what I mean? Just because I don't believe it doesn't mean that I have anything against anybody else that does, And, um, I appreciate things like that, you know what I mean? Um, that all this time, these guys have been thinking about me, you know what I mean, and praying for me and stuff. So I appreciate it, and that's what I told him. I told him, thank you, I appreciate it, I'm still here, so I'll be seeing you guys in a couple weeks. So he's like, oh, you're coming back to work? I was like, yeah. So he's like, all right, cool, man, that's good. I'll see you in a couple weeks. And then I'm walking out, and I'm almost to the parking lot. I turn a corner to go to the parking lot, and I see my partner Tapia, and he sees me. He stops, and he's just staring at me, and he's at a little distance, and he smiles. So I walk over to him, and I go to shake his hand. He's like, nah, man, don't. That's for friends, man. We're more than friends. Come give me a hug. So I give him a hug, and we were talking. He's like, he's like, what are you doing here? I said, I'm coming back to work in like a couple weeks. I just came to turn my paperwork in. And he's like, so you beat it or what? I said, no, I'm still fighting. I said, but I feel healthy. I feel good, and I need to come back to work now. And so he's like, fuck, that's good, bro. He goes, you know what? He goes, I haven't been calling you or nothing because I don't want to bother you. I know you're going through it. He goes, do you remember when you first got diagnosed? I told you that my brother had just got diagnosed too with the same thing that you got diagnosed with. And when he told me that, I didn't remember. But once I left, I remember him telling me that. Once I got in my car, I was driving away. I remember him telling me that probably like about 2 weeks after I got diagnosed, he had told me that his brother got diagnosed with the same thing, esophageal cancer. So he goes, "You remember me telling you that?" And I said, "No, I don't remember." He said, "Yeah." He goes, "I told you when you first got diagnosed, I told you that my brother had just got diagnosed with the same thing that you got." And I said, "Okay." So I was going with him. He's like, "I lost him. I lost him like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, around the same time that Mike lost his wife." And I was like, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man." He goes, "But you're still here." He goes, "So it's one out of two. Hey, that's not that bad, man." He goes, "My brother's resting in peace, and you're still here, and you're still fighting. So, hey, that's all that matters, man." He goes, I'm glad to see that I couldn't believe when I saw you right now. That you're still here." I said, "Yeah, I'm still here, man. I'm still fighting." And he's like, "I told you if you ever need anything, you call me, whatever you need." I said, "No, I'm okay. I'm coming back to work in 2 weeks, so I'll be okay." And so he's like, "All right, man." He was like, "I'm just glad to see you. I'm glad to see you're still here and you're still fighting." I said, "Yeah, I'm still here, man." And so, you know, I, another dude that I knew had came out the office. He saw me, and he was fighting cancer for a while. I can't remember what form of cancer he had, but I think he's all cleared up now. Um, he was out of work for like I think 4 months and came back. But so he comes out and he's like, "Wow, been seeing you in a while. Everything okay?" And it's the same thing. Explained to him what's going on. I said, "I'm still fighting, but I'm ready to come back to work." So I'm talking to them guys for a minute. And another partner rolls up. And same thing. He's like, "Hey, I'm glad to see you. You're still around. And you look good. And I said, "Yeah, I'm coming back to work." So because he was doing the job that I'm supposed to be doing. I told him, "Don't get too comfortable in that truck, man. I'm coming back in 2 weeks." And so, I shook everybody's hand, and gave Tapia a hug, and got my car, and then started heading home. But going over there and hearing, happening to hear, about, Mike's wife. Well, I knew Mike's wife passed away, but I didn't say that. I didn't tell him I knew it, but I was told, but knowing that Mike's wife had died 4 months ago from cancer, and but she had been fighting for years. And then see my friend Tapia and his brother having the same thing I had, but he only lasted like 6 or 7 months. Once he was diagnosed, he went to hospice after like 7 months, and so he didn't make it. He was a lot older than me too, though. He's like I think he was like close to 70 years old. But he couldn't beat it. You know what I mean? And be quiet. And so it just made me think to realize, not really realize. I always knew, it's a mental thing, but it's also luck. How lucky I am to still be right here fighting. yeah, I still have cancer. You know what I mean? I'm not cancer free, but I'm still right here fighting. And these two people that, were fighting their battle have passed away. And other people that I know that have passed away from cancer, and to the people that I know now that are still, the 7 people I know right now that are battling cancer, they're still right here. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, to me, it's like I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be here still. I'm lucky to be feeling healthy. I see how other, because Tappy was showing me pictures of his brother before he passed him, and he's in a hospital bed. And he's all sick. And I've been through that situation too, when I first started. But for the last few months, I've been feeling okay. You know what I mean? I just, the little pain I deal with is the pain in my feet, but that's only at nighttime. I don't feel that shit during the day. Um, but I haven't really had that bad of symptoms like everybody else. I never lost my hair. I never got nausea. I never had to get sick when I throw up. Um, my appetite has gotten better. You know what I mean? Even though I'm still dealing with cancer, I haven't had the issues that other people have. You know, um, One thing I do have right now is like I itch a lot. That's that's just annoying. I itch a lot. My arms will itch, especially at night. My arms will start itching. My back is itching, and so my arms like have like 3 or 4 scabs on them from me fucking just constantly itching because my arms itch. And so I was showing my wife last night. I said, "Look at these fucking scabs I have on my arm." So I avoid scratching myself. I just rub my arm because I'm already getting like sores from scratching, like a tweaker. So I told myself, like, stop scratching, just rub it, or try to fucking annoy it, to uh, avoid scratching yourself. But sometimes it just gets out of fucking control. I don't know if it's a medication they're giving me now, but I think it is because I wasn't like that until they started giving me this new medication. Now I'm fucking itchy all over my back, everywhere. But I mean, that's it. People go through so much more. But the fucked up part about it is that I have one of the rarest forms of cancer. So I would think like, man, I'll be going through some rough ass shit, and I'm not compared to what other people got to go through, losing their hair and being sick and throwing up and shit like that all the time. Uh, I don't have those problems, and so I'm just like, I realize how I didn't realize it today, but I just know that I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I'm still here. I'm lucky I'm still in the fucking fight, especially after these 2 people's family members died this last year from cancer. And one of them caught it the same time I caught it, and he only lasted like 7 months. And it took him, because with this form of cancer, you only got a small percentage of beating it, and it's like if you last 5 years, you're lucky. You know what I mean? I'm down my first year right now. My first year um, of chemo was this week. Yeah, January, the beginning of January last year is when I got my first chemo treatment. So it's been a year, 22 rounds of chemo, and I go back again in 2 weeks. I did my third on this treatment yesterday, and I go back. Next week I'm off. I don't do chemo, then I'm back on it again. And the thing is, like, look at the schedule, my work schedule, and it all falls into place. I'm off on Monday. I'm off on a Monday, so I can do my chemo. The following week, I'm off on Tuesday. I can do my chemo. The following week, I'm off on Monday again. I can do my chemo. And then I don't go do chemo for another 2 weeks after that. So I'm on for 3 weeks, off for one. So the way my schedule is, though, when I was doing the schedule right now at work, it's right where, because I'm supposed to do it every Monday, but I can make the one that's for Monday, I can make it to Tuesday because that's the day I'm off. So I can do Tuesday instead of Monday. I say, I can't make it on Monday, I'm gonna do it Tuesday. Then the following week I'll go back to Monday. But it's all scheduled right the way it should be, and that's just the way the schedule is. I didn't ask them to do it like that for me. That's the way my schedule is. So it all fell into place the way it's supposed to be. In my bid, I found out my bid was for a whole year. So I have that schedule for a whole year. You know what I mean? So that works out for me. Disability gave me my last check last week. So I get no more disability. I go back to work though in 2 weeks. So I'll start making my money again. You know what I mean? My wife gets her taxes. She'll be doing her taxes. So there's that money coming in. You know what I mean? So everything is falling into fucking place the way it's supposed to. But it's been like that. It's been like that since I started this shit. Every time it comes to a point where it's like, okay, what the fuck's gonna happen now? I gotta start thinking about things. Something will happen. I mean, there's been times where fucking a check will come in the mail. They're like, where the fuck did this come from? You know what I mean? There's always something will happen when it's supposed to happen. That's why I don't. That's why I don't stress out about shit. That's why I always sit there and tell people like, don't stress about shit. Just sit down and the answers are gonna come. The answers will come. It'll get figured out. Don't stress it. It'll get figured out. You can figure it out some way, somehow. Something's gonna happen. It has been like that this whole fucking year. Something has always happened. I was supposed to sell the bike. My dad said, nah, fuck that. If that bike's gonna get sold, I'm gonna buy it and it stays with our family. Nobody else. But if you look, the bike's still right there. I didn't have to sell it. You know what I mean? Everything's working out the way it's supposed to work out. You know, so now I just gotta get back into the groove of things. I gotta get back into the groove of things, go back, getting back to work and shit, you know, and the good thing is with the position I picked as a yard hostler, all I'm doing is driving around the yard all day, picking up trailers and put them in the dock or taking them out of the dock. That's all I gotta do all day. 10 hours. Not too bad. And if I want to stay an extra 2 hours, I can stay extra 2 hours every day. So I could do 4 12s or 4 10s. It's up to me. You know, I don't want to be a yard hostler because it's kind of boring, but it will get me going, um, getting back into the groove of things since I haven't worked in the whole year. Getting back in the groove of getting up early in the morning and going to work. And then maybe, next year, if the bid's still open and I like it, maybe I'll stick with it. If not, then I'll take another bid and take a route or something like that and do something different. I don't know, but it puts me in a position right now where it allows me to ease myself back into the workforce instead of jumping right back into the truck and fucking lifting crates all day and shit like that, making deliveries at the markets. Nah, I'll be in the yard, just cruising around. You can't. There's cameras in the truck, so you can't be speeding. You just cruise around the yard, pick up a trailer, drop it over here, grab this one, put it over there. It's easy shit. It gets boring, but it's gonna ease me into getting back into the workforce, which is what I need. And so, yeah, but anyways, that's the video. I just wanted to get on here and just let you guys know what's going on. I go back to work in 2 weeks, hopefully the 16th, because I got released for the 14th. On the 15th, I'll have to go take a physical, and if everything's good, well, I won't go back to work until the 18th because on my schedule, I'm off the 16th and 17th. I work the 18th and 19th, and then I'm off again for 2 more days. It's a floating schedule. It's kind of weird, but it works out good for me. So yeah, I just after hearing from these two guys whose family members have passed from cancer this year or this last year, I realize how lucky I am to still be right here, especially fighting the kind of cancer that I'm fighting. I don't know if it's because I'm younger than that guy or just my body was stronger or what it is. You know what I mean? But like Tapia said, you're still here. You're still here and you're still fighting, so it's a good thing. So with that being said, please like, share, subscribe to the videos. I appreciate you guys with all the comments. You guys been leaving me comments more often now on my videos, and I appreciate it. And if you have time, go back and look at the other ones, the older ones and shit, and leave some comments there, and maybe and like the videos and stuff like that to give me more into the algorithm. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much, and I'll be talking to you guys later.